You can be your own boss. You can do it yourself. And once you are showing people the way, they don't go backwards. No one went back after from the Renaissance and said, oh, let's jump back into feudalism again. Everyone said, okay, let's move forward. And someone like Mary Kay has led to what is sites like OnlyFans, where people can empower themselves individually and be able to run their own, business, through obviously another company, but they're able to sell products and content. So Mary Kay is a forerunner of something like OnlyFans. Now, she obviously was remarried, and then that person that she was going to go run this company with, then he died. Again, another setback. But it seemed to me like she was not going to let anything stand in her way here. So she reached out. And then another thing that we learn here is never be afraid to ask for help from those you've helped. So she was in a situation where she needed assistance. Now, she had raised her children. She had spent all of that time and energy and effort. And so she reached out and she said, I need help. And one of her sons gave her $5,000, and another of her sons helped her run the business. Now, another thing to learn here is that, you can have allies in an oppressive system. So you have a system, obviously, of people, of males who were oppressing her, but she did not look out at all males as enemies. She did not look out at all people and say, okay, this is a monolith of who's oppressing me. She looked and she said, okay, I can move forward with the next generation of people, again, who will be more open-minded. And so she looked to people, that she could have looked at and said, oh, okay, well, I've been bitter, men are oppressing me. And so I need to it's just all about empowering women. But she realized that she could get help from, her sons who were men to help empower women. So it's something to learn there to, realize that you can get help from all sorts of sources. And, obviously she then built up a very successful business, at 45 years old. And that's another thing where you will find with a lot of entrepreneurs, with a lot of people who succeed, they end up building their businesses in their 40s or their 50s. It's great, that can happen. But I think it's because the life experience has taught them so much that they are now ready, to succeed. So if you're someone who's only on OnlyFans and you're looking at people and you're in your 30s and you're saying, okay, well, that boat has passed me by, it hasn't. You can succeed at whatever age on OnlyFans that you want to. And you might have a bit of an advantage over other people because of your gained knowledge. All right, so, and then what's interesting is she used the house party model used by Tupperware and others. So she didn't reinvent the wheel. What she did was she took basically a group of people that might have been kind of ignored, which were housewives that would want to look, prettier or have makeup or, have more of an appeal. And she looked to those people. So she didn't say, oh, okay, I'm going to do something brand new. She took something that was already working and she looked at an underserved group of people. And that's a big lesson for most marketers and for most businesses, is that you look at a tried and true system, something that's working, and you look for those people who are not being utilized yet with that. And obviously, this system has been repeated 100 times now, or 1,000 or 1,000,000 times. I think we've all been to a party or a friend's party where they're trying to sell something, but they're giving something for free. and it's been replicated online as well. Now, it's interesting also, she focused on making her saleswomen more, profit per unit than her competitors. So she zeroed in on them. So she always it's another lesson learned, she always put her consultants first, not herself. So that was the big thing. And, it goes into where she was a mentor to these people. So she wasn't just their boss. She wasn't just someone who, they worked for. She was also an ally. So she was looking out for everyone there. So that's an important lesson, as I've gone over previously in the podcast, is being obsessed with your clients, with your subscribers. She was obsessed with her consultants, making sure that her consultants got what they needed to sell their clients. And that made her more successful. Now, obviously, she also created something that lasted way beyond her death, which is hugely impressive. So, it's still going on. Mary Kay Cosmetics is still a concept to this day. And it might be forever, as long as people are in need of cosmetics. So she created something that would outlast her. And how did she do it? She did it because she built a network of people. So it wasn't just hers. A lot of times when a business person dies, that business dies with them. But the way that she set up her business was that there are so many people out there that were invested in her concept that her business outlasted her and actually has grown by tenfold since her death. So, that is definitely something to learn and be impressed by, that she was able to create something sort of evergreen that would last well beyond her. So we certainly can learn a lot from Mary Kay Ash, not just, because she made such a successful business, but she was able to do it at a time where women were not looked at as equal to men, and, that people might have scoffed. And, you should look at a group of people that people might be scoffing at right now and say, okay, how can I help them? How can I make them, feel more accepted? And then you basically are able to gain from that. Again, people are looking for pleasure. They're looking to avoid pain. So what did Mary Kay do here? She added tons of pleasure to housewives' lives at the time when they were generally oppressed and might have not had a lot of options other than being a housewife. She was able to come in and help them and give them more purpose and more pleasure in life. So if you're able to do that for a group of people on your OnlyFans, you are going to gain from that as well. All right, so that was OnlyFans Secure the Bag Icons Mary Kay Ash. It is very appropriate for Women's History Month as well, to celebrate a pioneer like Mary Kay Ash. Again, my name is Richard Lewis. I am the founder of OnlyFans Hero and an upcoming platform called Stripper.fan. You can find this podcast on Instagram at OnlyFans Secrets Podcast. You can also find us on Reddit at the subreddit of r/OnlyFans Secrets, which is a popular marketing Reddit on Reddit. And you can also find us on OnlyFans itself at onlyfans.com/OnlyFansHero. Feel free to subscribe and follow us for free on there for the latest updates on this podcast. We're also on TikTok at OF Secrets Podcast, as well as always being on Twitter. at OnlyFans Hero, where we run hourly free promotions for OnlyFans creators. Continue to grow by 500 plus followers every day on that account. So feel free to jump on there, both creators and subscribers. And as always, you can reach out to me at OnlyFans Hero on Twitter if you want to DM me, if you want to ask me any questions about OnlyFans. If you have any questions for our Sunday Secrets episode, I always love getting those questions on there or on OnlyFans. And, just feel free to reach out to me for anything on there. And as always, I appreciate you guys listening to this podcast. Please leave reviews whenever you can. It really helps the podcast out. And as always, thank you for listening. Please continue to do so. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.